Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and a well-fought toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country.
Thank you, everyone. Budri Mulinu, good morning, and Nalawa. Welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people by acknowledging that we do indeed meet in Wallamata, place of the snapper fish and ancestral homelands of the Wallamedigal clan. I'd like to also thank the university for the invitation to come and join you for the acknowledgement of country. These protocols, although they're quietly, they don't take up a lot of time, although mine might actually today, but they're actually things that are important for Aboriginal people, but also as a nation, I think they affirm that we're a nation or a people that care about justice and respect. So I want to thank the university again for inviting me to come and do this with you. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up by Governor Macquarie in 1815, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he encountered a people whom he described as one of the happiest people he'd met. They owned nothing he wrote but the tools they carried. They made their shelter from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were therefore maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here in Wallamata for the past 30,000 years. So please consider this is not an ideal or some vision yet to be realised. This was normal life for humans and for the longest time. and there is no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people, and there is still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the planet. I would just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. So I want to say congratulations to all of you, have a wonderful day and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you.
I am pleased to introduce Vice-Chancellor and President of Macquarie University, Professor S. Bruce Doughton.
Well, thank you, Chris Tobin, for your wonderful, informative and generous welcome to your country. It's wonderful to have you as a part of our graduation ceremonies, and I thank you for being here with us today. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, all of our graduands. It's my distinct honour and pleasure to welcome you here today to this graduation ceremony. I bring our graduands and your guests the special greeting of the Governing Council of the University and our Chancellor, Dr. Martin Parkinson, who is not able to be here today. So you have me in Dr. Parkinson's stead today. It is our hope today that it will be a very happy and memorable occasion for each of you. Now, I did see as I came into the Michael Egan graduation hall today a couple of small children, and I thought I spotted a baby as well. And I want you to know that children and babies are especially welcome at Macquarie University graduations. We don't expect children to stay quiet or to stay still through the length of a graduation ceremony. I'm a paediatrician by professional background, so I'm quite used to the noises of children, and if the Chancellor were here, he is the former Secretary of the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet, and he assures me that he heard far worse rancour in the Cabinet room of Australian politicians than any number of children could possibly cause in a graduation ceremony. So if there are children here, run around, have fun, make a bit of noise, it won't bother anyone at all. Now, today is a real milestone day. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of all of you about to graduate. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you've all made many sacrifices along the way to get to this end goal. You've worked very hard to get to this point, and you should feel very proud of what you have all accomplished. We as a university are also just as proud of what you have achieved, and I will be pleased to congratulate each of you personally as you come across the stage today. I also want to especially welcome the families, friends and supporters of our graduands today here as their invited guests. The fact that you have been invited to join in today's great celebration and share one of the greatest days of their lives is, in my view, proof positive that you have been a very important influence on their journey to get here today. So to our invited guests, congratulations to each of you and thank you for joining us. And again, I offer you a very warm welcome to Macquarie University. Graduands, you may not realise, but you are about to participate in one of the oldest of Europe's social rituals. If you were to pick a date of, say, 1500 AD and look back at what social institutions were around then that are still around today in 2024, you would find only about 60. Including the Roman Catholic Church, the Parliaments of England, Iceland and the Isle of Man, and 6 Swiss cantons or local government areas. The rest are all universities. In fact, graduation ceremonies are even older than that, and for more than 800 years, graduates have been donning gowns just like the ones you are wearing today and participating in ceremonies very, very similar to the one we are about to embark upon. And since those earliest graduations, the ceremony has remained, at its essence, almost completely unchanged, a defining feature of the life of every university and its students. Now, of course, we all realise that Macquarie University is not one of those ancient universities. In fact, we are celebrating our 60th anniversary from the founding of this university this year. And though we are among the young universities of the world, we are very proud indeed to take part in this time-honoured tradition today. We all know that youth, however, has its advantages. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We enjoy an enviable reputation for our world-leading research excellence, engagement and impact. We are a community continually progressing by extending our research, our course offerings and modernising our facilities. We have a proud tradition of innovation and discovery, and our pioneering approach, I believe, is based upon the notion of a collaborative and connected community. It's a very exciting time for Macquarie University amidst much change, as we see the vision for this remarkable endowment of campus we have continuing to unfold. You probably would have seen some of the current building works that are underway as the campus is being modernised. We have almost 240,000 graduates living in more than 150 countries, and it's very clear that we are forward-looking and on the move, and so are each of you, our graduates here today. Some of the things we all value so much about Macquarie University, I believe, will never change. Over my little over 12 years now leading this university, I have had many visitors to the university comment upon the friendliness and inclusiveness of our community of staff and students. This, I think, is inherent to the Macquarie culture, and I anticipate that it will always be so. Remember, graduands, you will always be welcome back at Macquarie University. Macquarie will always be a leader in teaching and learning, and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. However, our collective journey is, I think, about building community, where we have shared values, where we share much in common, and where we care about each other, even when our points of view on some contentious matters might diverge. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. Distinguished guests, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduands and your guests, I offer you the warmest of welcomes again to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few moments, it will be my very great honour to confer upon you your degrees and welcome you into that lifelong membership of the community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. It is now my great pleasure today to introduce our occasional speaker, one of our own, Professor Viviana Wotherich. Professor Wotherich is a Professor of Clinical Psychology in the School of Psychological Sciences at Macquarie University. She is also the Director of the Macquarie University Lifespan Health and Wellbeing Research Centre, which develops evidence-based approaches to understanding and maintaining psychological, social, and cognitive health and well-being across the lifespan. She currently holds a Medical Research Future Fund Emerging Leadership Fellowship, has over 115 peer-reviewed publications, and has received over $22 million in grant funding. Her research expertise is in understanding and treating mental disorders in older adults and youth. She develops and evaluates psychological interventions to reduce common conditions such as anxiety, depression, and loneliness in clinical trials, and then disseminates them into practice in public and private mental health settings and schools as well. She is the author of the Aging Wisely psychological program for treating depression and anxiety in older adults that is used in public and private mental health settings. She is the author of the Study Without Stress program for managing academic stress in senior school students, which is used in high schools nationally and internationally. This program is also now being applied to our first-year undergraduate psychology students at Macquarie University. It gives me great pleasure to invite Professor Viviana Wutheridge to deliver the occasional address. Professor Wutheridge.
Okay, good morning, Vice-Chancellor, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduates, family and friends. This is an exciting day today. Congratulations to all our graduates. Shortly, you will come onto stage to collect your testimonial before heading down, no doubt, to the lake to take photos like the 220,000 Macquarie University graduates before you. And I hope in amongst your celebrations, you will take time to reflect and be grateful for the opportunity you've had to undertake tertiary study. But in particular, I hope you're going to reflect and be grateful for the opportunity to have studied psychology and our sister disciplines here in cognitive science and linguistics, whether this was your first degree or your latter degree. Now, I think psychology degrees and degrees of human behaviour are the coolest things that you could possibly study ever. Yes, as a professor of clinical psychology, I am perhaps biased. But if you are like me, and at your graduation, I did not realise how lucky I was. Don't get me wrong, I definitely did not enjoy every subject and every unit that I undertook as part of my 3 psychology degrees. There were definitely some units and subjects that I wish I didn't have to do. Now, I would disclose to you very happily, in fact, and afterwards I'm happy to chat to you quietly. I would tell you the details of the particular subjects that I didn't really gel with, but not to cause any offence to my lovely learned colleagues behind me, including some of them who will remain nameless, who taught me as a student. I won't go into the details just here. You see, it's well known that university degrees equip graduates with skills to think critically, to reason, to problem solve, and to communicate clearly. But as psychology graduates and graduates of the cognitive science and linguistics, you have been taught sophisticated skills to understand human behaviour. I appreciate that at first glance you might not be able to see how all the things you have learned have immediate practical applications, but I assure you that they do all fit together. You can probably see what the benefits were of learning how personality is formed, how the brain processes, stores and retrieves information, and how to recognise mental disorders, and of course the importance of ethical behaviour. But perhaps it's less clear to you what the practical benefits are of understanding how information processing biases affect how we perceive ambiguous information. And perhaps it's hard for you to see how you're going to apply your skills of your knowledge of operant conditioning, unless you want to train your pets, partners, or children to push levers for food pellets. And I can imagine you probably are not convinced that learning how to test statistical assumptions and run analyses in multiple statistical programs is a skill that you're ever going to use again. And you're actually probably right about that one. But actually, this knowledge and the rest that you have gained throughout your degrees has actually set you up for life. This is because psychology degrees teach you to understand why people think and act in the way that they do. If you think about it, this is very privileged information that you can apply in all areas of life. You know that a person's response to any given situation depends on the actions of those around them, as well as how they have interpreted the information presented to them. You know that it depends on their ability to understand and regulate their own emotions. And you understand that their behaviour has also been shaped by years of life experience and experiences that have happened to them. So therefore, if you stop and observe things that happen around you, monitor people's responses, Ask questions of people to understand their motives and personal assumptions. You can understand the people you work and live with much better. By doing this, it will help you communicate better, support and care for people better, predict and anticipate people's behaviour better. This knowledge can therefore help you to be a better friend, work colleague, partner, parent, sibling and child. It's also true that with this knowledge, it will probably help you with negotiating house and car sales, psyching out your opponents in competitive situations, getting through psychometric tests as part of workplace selections, and of course, it is a great skill to pretend you can read your friends' minds at dinner parties by using word association games. I'm sure you will agree that these were all very helpful life skills that were worth acquiring as a degree. If you have completed a research degree, then good on you. You have gone one step further. Not only have you gained new knowledge, but you have contributed to knowledge in the field to help us as a group to understand people better. If you're lucky, you might have published that work, and if you're really lucky, someone will cite it. At the very least, you will have gained a new appreciation for the amount of hard work that went into every one of those papers that you have ever cited in an assignment previously without giving it much thought. So collectively, regardless of which psychology degree or related degree that you have undertaken, you have gained and contributed to knowledge that can be applied in many situations in life. Now, I'm sure you've all been thinking about what you're going to do now that you've finished your degree. What are you going to do in the future? Maybe you are lucky enough that you have already secured that dream job. Perhaps you don't know exactly what it is, but you have some good ideas. Maybe you're thinking of coming back for more study. Maybe you're not really sure just yet. But even if the path forward is not known, I hope you can find ways to follow your interests, feel a sense of purpose in what you do, and use the skills you have learned here in your personal life, if not your professional life. I also hope that you can remain open to the new opportunities and experiences will come your way now that you have completed your degree. I know for me, I never intended to be an academic, and yet here I am. I came to Macquarie to be a clinical psychologist to do therapy with children. I was the only student at my school to go on to a psychology degree. It was not as popular as it is now. But to my surprise, in undertaking my honours degree, I realised how much I liked research. And I was actually wowed by the Tudor bonnets I saw the PhD graduates wearing at the graduation ceremony. And I decided I wanted one. So yes, after going on and completing my clinical master's degree and being qualified as a registered clinical psychologist, I turned down a full-time job in a community mental health service, earning the big bucks, to undertake a PhD with a scholarship that paid less than a quarter of what I would have been earning if I had taken that job. And yes, I mostly did that so that I could wear this hat. But it is pretty cool, isn't it? But now, as a professor of clinical psychology, I feel privileged that I get to spend my time putting into place my learnings from my undergraduate and postgraduate degrees on a daily basis. My research is focused on understanding the emotional, social, cognitive and behavioural processes that underpin mental disorders. And I'm interested in how these processes change across the lifespan. I'm particularly interested in why older adults experience less mental disorders than younger adults, and whether that is actually a true effect or in fact an artefact of changes in the way that mental disorders present as people get older. I'm interested in understanding why older adults with mental disorders are referred for treatment at the lowest rate in our community. And I'm working out ways about how I might go about fixing this. I'm interested in understanding why older people develop a positive information processing bias in later life, in which they start to interpret negative information and ambiguous information more positively than younger adults. So I'm interested in understanding what the implications of this processing bias is, and whether that affects the prevalence of mental disorders later in life, and whether there is some way that we can enhance this to improve our current treatments for mental disorders. So with the knowledge I've gained through my studies, I try to answer these questions by running experimental research to understand these mechanisms, by developing new interventions to treat mental disorders, by targeting these mechanisms more potently, then testing the effects of these new interventions in clinical trials. And finally, I might try my very best to implement and roll these new interventions into routine practice. Now, this all sounds very impressive and very straightforward when I say it like this, but of course it is not. It is full of trials and tribulations and many years of incremental work by my colleagues and students, including quite a few students and graduates I can see in the audience today who have helped to progress this work, so thank you. But collectively, we are slowly making progress and improving the ability for older people to effectively access mental health care. Now, I tell you this about myself because when I finished each of my psychology degrees, I never imagined that I would be doing this in my future. So I hope that you too can remain open to the opportunities that your future will bring and that you can be ambitious about the things that you can accomplish and achieve. I hope you can reflect on what you have learned here during your time and you find ways to share and apply that knowledge in your career and in your personal life. I wish you all the best with your future, whatever your path might be, and congratulations once again. And I do hope that some of you might be inspired, like me, to come back for a PhD so you too can have a hat like mine. Thank you.
Well, there, colleagues, we have an occasional address in the finest tradition of occasional addresses at university graduation ceremonies, I think. Drawing upon a remarkable set of accomplishments in her own career and the insights from her research, graduands, you have a lot of very good advice from Professor Wutheridge there. And I particularly urge you to think back about when you are perhaps at a fork in the road down the line and you don't quite know which way to turn. Go back and find on our website this graduation ceremony, fast forward through any part of it I'm speaking at, find the part that Professor Wutheridge is speaking at, and just listen to the advice in there again. Particularly that advice right at the end about being open to opportunity. Of all of the wonderful expose of her experiences and advice points along the way, that for me is the one that is probably the most resonant, being open to opportunity. And so I think we should give Professor Wutheridge another great round of applause. Thank you so much. As the Vice-Chancellor here at Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees upon those who have complied with all of the university's requirements for your degrees. I now call upon our Acting Registrar, Professor Taryn Jones, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for these awards. Now that is certifying, ironclad, that you never missed a class, that you got all your assignments in on time, all of those things. Professor Jones.
Absolutely. Vice-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees to which they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
Yes, that's you, yes. In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority delegated from the Council as Vice-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Vice-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences. I now call on Professor Clement Loy, Acting Executive Dean at the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, to present the graduates. Professor Loy.
Vice-Chancellor and President, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences. which contains 2 schools, the Macquarie Medical School and the School of Psychological Sciences, 3 departments, health sciences, chiropractic and linguistics, as well as a research institute, the Australian Institute of Health Innovation. The faculty is a core component of the Macquarie University Health Sciences Centre, which is a unique academic health enterprise in Australia, as Macquarie is the only university that integrates its learning and research with clinical practice here on campus at our own health service called MQ Health. MQ Health provides the opportunity for students enrolled within the faculty to learn or to undertake research in an environment where real clinical practice is occurring. The faculty is proud of the way it integrates its learning and its health and medical research with patient care, captured by the purpose of MQ Health in 3 words: heal, learn, discover. In research, the faculty has particular strengths in neurosciences, cancer, clinical trials, psychological sciences, and health systems research. Students in the faculty are studying one of 9 undergrad degrees or a larger number of postgraduate coursework or research degrees. These include our graduate entry medical degree, the Doctor of Medicine, the Doctor of Physiotherapy, the Masters of Psychology, Master of Public Health, the Master of Research, and our premium research degree, the Doctor of Philosophy. Vice Chancellor and President, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychology. Diana Ayerus. Agustina. Sundus Alamadi. Alayi Alayi. Muska Ali Koze. Leah Amaral. Apurva Ambavale. Vanessa Angeloni. Aldrich Agonza. Ayesha Balado. Natalia Barroso Evelyn. Sophia Bata. Ella Beer. Neha Bet. Sayed Shafiq bin Salim Al. Georgette Barrow. Olivia Borges. Kimberly Breiter-Moser. Anna Browning. Annie Louise Bulkley. Mark Canone. Isabella Caproni. Matilda Carmichael. Elsa Hay Muchit. Tim Cotney. Caitlin Crowcamp. Emily Davidson. Megan Daughtry. Anthony Deflet. Imogen Della. Thomas Denny. Mackenzie Dewsbury. Dustin Doe. Jasmine Dominish. Teresa Draby. Olivier Draven. Natalie Aluvihare. Emily Eden. Sarah Eldridge. Eben Eloga. Farah Farah Japoor. Rita Faridi. Peyton Field. Rosanna Flateau. Sean Gambino. Sasha Garrett. Sinead Gordon. Thomas Gorman. Claudia Gross. Janie Hansen. Murray Hocking. Jade Hodges. Isaac Holford. Holly Verpeiden. Laura Hyung. Celia Jahani. Emma Jenkinson. Patrick Tsian. Junmin Jian. Chloe Kautoum. Farbandeep Kaur. Gurnor Kaur. Hanup Kaur. Michaela Kelly. Ruhi Kumar. Nathaniel Lawson. Ye Song Lee. Jesse Leong. Vanessa Lee. Albert Liu. Sophie Logan. Caitlin Long. Jai Lothar. Dang Lai. Sevta Mabubivat. Lily Manning. Harini Moran. Rita Marti. Matilda McLean. Sonia Masagi. Akita Mita. Cara Muir. Laura Murray. Janelle Muscat. Priyanka Nand. Jasmine O. Samuel O'Loughlin. Syed Omran. Rosario Castillo. Prachi Patel. Miguela Pedroso. Elisha Pingle. Oliver Planet. Daniel Plaskett. Joshua Portelli. Yun Chu. Vivian Rayner. Adrian Revier. Julia Rodwell. Amy Rose. Indigo Ryan. Stephanie Salvo. Michelle Sarkis. Sophia Sowery. Hazel Salfalainen. Anisha Sharma. Tisya Sharma. Faith Sherwood. Alana Lopez. Maria Singer Pamal. Rachel Seal. Grace Smallman. Niharika Soni. Dharma Suraj. Tia Tanus. Patik Thapa. Ashlyn Thomas. Tara Tomasiello. Tara Tram. Eva Vumbaka. Madison Warby. Olivia Wilkins. Zoe Wilkinson. Harvey Williams. Isis Yeager. Javi Yap. Felix Yip. I now present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Neuropsychology, Janelle Ann Cleary. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence Emily Danson. Isabella Hogan. Scott King. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Zhen Lau. Nicholas Levy. Maya Norfolk. Sarah O'Donnell. I now present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Psychology, Rachel Chen. Alicia D'Ambrosius. Nicole Hart. Madeline Kivney. Jyotsna Kumari. Shabana Mahmood. Harriet Mackay. Courtney Muir. I now present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Organizational Psychology, Jacob Bell. Nina Krishnaswamy. Rowan Silcock. Rohan Williams. I now present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Professional Psychology, Stephanie Oldfield. Vice Chancellor and President, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training, and a major research project. Graduates have focused on the specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation for a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research, Camilla Peixoto, for a thesis entitled Goth Clowns or Cloth Grounds, Understanding the Basis of Between-Word Reading Errors. Emily Gray, for a thesis entitled Factors Contributing to Obsessive-Compulsive Personality Disorder Traits, a Scoping Review and Empirical Study. Reese Hope, for a thesis entitled Selenium, a novel treatment for the cognitive, affective, and neuronal effects of methamphetamine. Patricia Makakopoulos, for a thesis entitled Keeping the Lecture Alive, Strategies for Supporting Sustained Attention During Online Lectures and Their Impact on Memory. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality, shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with the degree of Master of Clinical Neuropsychology, Dr. Nicholas Murray, for a thesis entitled Beyond the Onset Zone, Stereo EEG Evidence of Neurocognitive Networks in Epilepsy. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with the degree of Master of Clinical Psychology, Dr. Megan Godby, for a thesis entitled Self as Context for Post-Traumatic Stress. Dr. Anthony David Joffe, for a thesis entitled Emotional Labor in Psychotherapy, towards conceptual clarity and an understanding of its influence on psychologists and clients. Dr. Edwina Keane, for a thesis entitled A Transdiagnostic Investigation of Somatization. I now present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Kirsten Bucknell, for a thesis entitled Investigating the Roles of Self-Insight and Rumination in Self-Reflection on Successful and Unsuccessful Coping Events to Strengthen Resilience in Ministry Workers. Dr. Emma Richardson, for a thesis entitled From Theory to Measurement, the Development of the Attachment Defenses Questionnaire. Dr. Suprit Saluja, for a thesis entitled Tactile Disgust, Assessing the Role of Touch in Behavioral Avoidance of Disease. Vice-Chancellor and President, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences.
Vice-Chancellor, I now call on Dr. Edwina Elizabeth Keane, who graduated with a Doctor of Philosophy and Master of Clinical Psychology, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Dr. Keane.
Good morning, Vice-Chancellor, members of the university, guests, and of course, my fellow graduates. When I was asked to speak here today, I thought a lot about what I might say. I spent time reflecting on the journey that it took to stand right here, right now. For context, I've spent the better part of the last decade here at Macquarie University. It was here that I completed my undergraduate, my honours, my master's, and my PhD, all without pause. I initially decided to write a speech about all the things I had learned over the last 9 years, but realised that really it boils down to just one: resilience. Resilience is defined by the American Psychological Society as the capacity to successfully adapt to difficult or challenging circumstances, particularly through flexibility and adjustment. And I'm sure you can all agree the journey of university throws plenty of challenges our way. Whether it be a grade that was less than you were expecting, or an exam that was trickier than you expected, or a global pandemic throwing out all our best laid plans. What I learned at university is simple. Success has very little to do with straightforward pathways and no obstacles. Obstacles are inevitable. Instead, success has everything to do with how we get up, dust ourselves off, and move forward when we encounter those inevitable obstacles along the way. As you think back on your university days, take stock of those moments when everything felt like too much, and you held on and moved forwards anyway. As the proverb goes, fall 7 times, stand up 8. I think in my journey it was probably more like fall 1,000 times, stand up 1,001. The very fact that you sit before me today suggests that you too must have overcome some obstacles in the last few years, and for that, you should be very proud. Resiliency also has to do with how we continue to see the light in the dark times. As you think of those challenging days, what were the glimmers of light that kept you going? For me, it was often the joy of connecting with others. Friends, family, community. Connecting is an undeniably powerful force in resilience. We are here today to mark a huge achievement in our lives, but as graduates, we make up maybe a quarter of the room, because there is no doubt that it is the people that you chose to be with you today that were the very same people who helped pull you back up when you fell down, who helped cultivate that resiliency within you. I want to give special mention to the people with me today: my PhD supervisor, my parents, my sister, my partner, and a huge thank you to those who shared the last 9 years with me. I truly couldn't have done it without you. Graduates, I hope as you embark on your journey beyond today, you remember this: we are resilient and we can always stand up once more. Thank you very much.
Well, Dr. Edwina, thank you very much for that wonderful contribution to our graduation ceremony here today. And I think, again, graduates, at those moments down the line when you do face that fork in the road that I alluded to earlier on, go back, find Dr. Edwina's remarks here today about resilience, about the importance of being able to pick yourself up and continue on. And also the admonition at the end there, very powerfully about how connection to those that care about us and we care about them is a very important part of what's got you here today, but it will also be a very important part of sustaining you as you go forward. I think Dr. Edwina deserves another great round of applause.
Quando sono sola, orizzonte, mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei, tu con me, su le finestre, mostra a tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso, chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che io non mai, non esistono più. Adesso si vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Quando sei lontana, orizzonte, mancano le parole. Io sono, tu sei qui con me, con me. Tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me. Io sono, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che io non mai, non esistono più. Adesso si vivrò con te, tirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che io non mai, non esistono più. Adesso si vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Io con te.
Distinguished guests, that wonderful operatic voice belongs to Ms. Angela Brewer, who is the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. And Ms. Brewer comes along to most of our graduations and sings for us, which is wonderful. And the former Chancellor, the Honourable Michael Egan, used to say that It's a very good thing that Angela would come to graduations, because if she didn't come, and there was a couple of occasions when she was suddenly taken ill and couldn't come, that he would sing. And he actually did have to live up to that one day, because he'd said it so many times. Please join me in thanking Ms. Angela Brewer again. Please also join me in thanking our musicians, the university organist, Ms. Heather Mowen-Boyd, and on the Chinese transverse flute, Dr. Chai Cheng-ing. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives of our alumni community who come along very diligently to help make sure everything runs smoothly on that occasion. Please join me in thanking our members of our alumni. And finally, please join me in thanking our technical staff who ensure that the proceedings can be seen and heard all over the world as we simulcast our graduation event here today. Thank you so much. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you are now part of that bigger Macquarie University family that I mentioned earlier, our alumni network spanning over more than 150 countries around the globe, and we welcome you to the fold of that community. This is the beginning of the next stage of your lives. We will look forward to seeing you back on campus, to attend alumni events, perhaps to undertake further study, or simply to visit our beautiful campus and reminisce about the good times you have spent here as a Macquarie University students. Now, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, I believe it also carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit yourselves to lifelong learning and inquiry. I urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. I urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you so far. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. So I urge you also to always give thought to what you might do for others along the way. Sometimes you don't have to do very much at all, graduates, to make a real difference in another person's life. Sometimes a kind gesture or a kind word can mean an enormous amount to a fellow traveller at a particular time of their life journey. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom those you meet along your life. My hope is that as Macquarie University graduates, you will use what you have learned not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of your community. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It is also my great hope that you will always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom are here with you today. So to acknowledge their contribution and to thank them for it, I'm going to ask our graduates to do a couple of things for me. First of all, I'd like all of our new graduates to please stand. Then I'd like you to turn around and place your testimonies on your seat behind you and face your family and friends. And I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause in thanks. Now you might turn around, but please don't sit down just yet. Here on the dais are representatives of our academic community who have supported you throughout your journey. Please join me in thanking them as well. Now graduates, please do turn around and pick up your testimonies from the seat behind you. I don't want you to leave those behind, since the official party will soon leave the graduation hall down the central aisle, followed by the new graduates. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music that has been played at ceremonies like this one over centuries. This music, set to an age-old set of Latin lyrics, begins as Gaudeamus igitur, dum sumus juvenes. In translation, this graduation exit song starts out, therefore, let us rejoice, because we will always be young. Maybe. This young song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the very same time, of the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of city, of state, and of happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly I will lead the official party out to be followed by the new graduates. I invite you all to follow around and join us for some light refreshments. Again, to the newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations to each and every one of you, and my every best wish for futures to be filled with success, satisfaction, and most importantly, happiness. In closing today's wonderful celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudeamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.